I'd like to take some of your time to share a few important facts regarding suicide. The 2016 DoD Suicide Event Report found that the Army experiences a much greater suicide rate than our civilian counterparts, at approximately 26 out of 100,000 soldiers per year, and it has increased since the early 2000s. A more recent report from the U.S. Army Public Health Center found that the suicide rate among active duty soldiers in 2018 was the highest since 2001. 138 soldier suicides were identified that year, or 26.7 per 100,000, and it was higher for the Army than for any of the other branches of service. According to the Army Study to Assess Risk and Resilience in Service Members, or STARS Consortium, the rates are even higher for our brothers and sisters in combat arms, at approximately 37 per 100,000 per year. A 2017 study in the Journal of the American Medical Association found that soldiers in units where another soldier commits suicide are 3 to 6 times more likely to commit suicide themselves. Unfortunately, many of these soldiers are young, between 18 to 24 years old, white males early in their Army careers, E5 and below, and facing their first deployments or other major life difficulties. Most of them take their own lives without telling anyone about their intent to die. The Army STARS Consortium found that at least 1 in 6 of us has had suicidal thoughts at some point in our lives, and 1 in 45 of us has attempted suicide at some point. This means that there are likely soldiers under your command right now who have thought of taking their own lives. While we cannot prevent all suicide, we owe it to our soldiers and their families to continue to work fiercely to prevent as many as we possibly can. We fully believe that suicide prevention efforts need to start with first-line leaders, and those entrusted with soldiers' well-being, such as chaplains and medics, are a crucial link to suicide reduction. Lastly, we believe that our collective efforts are worth it if together we can save even 1 soldier from suicide. Leaders, this is a call to committed action to reduce suicide in the Army. We can start by doing the following. First, watch for soldiers who are isolating themselves from unit members and family more than usual. Some people like their alone time to charge their batteries, and that is not a problem. It is a concern when they begin to isolate themselves more than they typically do. Second, watch for soldiers who are having angry outbursts, especially in ways that are different from their norm. This might look like yelling, throwing things, fighting, threatening, or slamming doors in a way that is not consistent with their typical behavior. Third, promote open access to mental health care. Tell your soldiers that it is normal to struggle, even with suicidal thoughts, and tell them it is healthy for them to seek care. Encourage them to do so early, and remind them that this basic PMCS for the mind and body helps them be better soldiers. Finally, don't be afraid to lead by example. The 1972nd COSC is available for leadership and unit-level consultation about suicide prevention. We owe our soldiers and their families every effort to prevent suicides.